Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Paul here. So today let's talk success. So this is for you, Praveen. So you were one of those that actually reached out to me and asked me if I could actually share my framework of success. Okay, so today I'll be sharing then a few tips on how is it that you can actually become more successful. I'm going to be sharing some personal stories, I would say, and some career stories as well, but essentially to showcase how is it that you can actually move, for instance, from 5 years, having 5 euros a day like I had to eat, put gas on my car and still perform at work, living actually a very stressful life, I would say, into a much more fulfillment, more happy and more free kind of life. Okay, so that and much more today, so don't go anywhere, stick around, subscribe, joining me on this journey, and give it a thumbs up. Okay, stick around. Okay, let's start from the very beginning. So what does it mean to be successful? Okay, why is it that the lack of success actually is a problem? Why being miserable is a problem, and what does that actually has to do with success? Okay, so meaning for me, and starting from the very beginning, so being successful means that you need to be happier, you need to be doing something with purpose, you are healthy, meaning also it means that most likely you have time for yourself and for your family and for your friends, etc. But overall, I don't think that actually has a lot to do with money, okay? Because you can be successful, but at the same time really miserable, okay? So this is what I would like just to underline my notion of success, okay? And if you have all of that, most likely you're gonna have money as well, but yeah, just my take. Okay, so starting to the very beginning, so on my end, okay, so I was lucky and unlucky from the very beginning. Why was I lucky? So I was lucky because I was actually born on the right family, a family that allowed me to study, to evolve, to be able to actually to grow as a person as well. I was very unlucky because I was born in one of the most poorest countries in the world, okay, so Mozambique. At the time, and if you don't know actually where is Mozambique, so Mozambique is in Africa, okay, close to South Africa on the border. It was one of the most poorest countries, fast track, okay. Today, it's still on the top 3 of the most poorest country in the world, okay. And why is this relevant? Because if you are within a very hard background, it's very, very difficult for you to grow and actually evolve and become more successful and therefore happier as well, okay? With that said, and going back, I was lucky because I was born on the right family. Thank you, family, okay? My heart for you, okay? With that said, moving forward, and why the connection between success and happiness and being richer between brackets or poorer, so meaning has a lot to do, meaning if, for instance, and in the, I'm not sure if you are aware of this, but actually in Europe, and according to Eurostat, 7.2% of people are miserable. Okay, they are depressed. So if you translate this, it means that in average 7.2% across all European countries are actually depressed. So if you look at the bigger picture, we're talking about 32 million people that are under depression, okay, which is really appalling and worrying, okay. But then if you look to where do we stand in terms of this scale, so 12.2% of people in Portugal are depressed and unhappy, okay, followed up by Germany and Sweden, and then on the other side you have actually Malta, Bulgaria, okay, and Cyprus as well. So that means that we are talking about one of the countries that actually have higher income, and even then they are considered miserable, okay. And then on the flip side, you have countries that actually don't have such a high income, where people are actually not feeling well, okay, or less depressed, let's put it like that. So this has really a lot to do with that kind of connection of what does it mean actually to be successful or not, okay. So on my case, going back, so I was feeling really not that good. I was at a high level of dissatisfaction, earning 5 euros a day, and with that actually having to put gas, go around my own life, eat, etc., and then still perform at work, okay. Then on the back of that, I had over 100 kilos. I was overweighted, And I remember those challenges because I think it's important for you to understand where is it that you're coming from and what is it that you actually evolve to, okay? And happiness has a lot to do with your mindset, okay? You need to carve your way. You need to grow out of what is the box of possibilities, okay? With that said, don't go anywhere. I'll be sharing with you then what is then my framework of success, taking into consideration all of this background and level of dissatisfaction or lack of happiness. With that said, don't go anywhere, stick around. Okay, let's go into this one. So what is then my framework of success or success framework? Okay, so to start from, going back, so I was born on the wrong country, okay, but on the right family, okay? So they allow me actually to study. I think that knowledge actually goes a long way, okay? But more than that, and I actually took the decision to run away from the country, okay? Run away from the war, okay? And that was the lucky part, okay? So I could be a completely different person than I am right now, okay? But luckily my parents had the vision, let's say, of actually escaping the war and allowing myself and also the rest of my family actually to grow as individuals as well. Okay, so that I think it's like fundamental. From that point onwards, I was owning it, even if I did not knew it or I was not aware at the time. So that said, you need to move forward. You need actually to own it and actually transform your life. Okay, it's all about mindset. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing a few points around that. So from a professional perspective and a personal perspective as well. Okay, so from a professional perspective, I would say that in my view, do things that actually seem more difficult to others or boring to others. At the end, things that are not as appealing for most people, but are appealing to you and that have more demand, that would allow for you actually to grow professional speaking, okay? And on my case, I started by doing that from university already with my thesis, okay? So it was a lot in relationship with stats and marketing research and marketing, okay? And no one actually likes numbers that much, okay? But I did, okay? Or actually I did not. But I had the vision that if I actually be able to focus on something that was not really the most adorable thing for most people, but had demand, then most likely I'll be able to be closer of having success from a professional perspective, okay? And then of course there is the other side of things as well, okay? With that said, that was exactly what I've done. That while most people like actually to go to marketing and communications, PR, digital marketing, whatever, I actually went to one that is related much more to marketing research, analysis, marketing analysis, and so forth, okay? So with that said, I moved forward, and after my course actually ended, I continued and moved forward into my marketing career, but already with a lot of connection in terms of marketing analysis as well, strategy, and later on the CRM and the MarTech that I'm actually doing right now. One of the best decisions on my life, I have to say. And with that note, I can even give you this. So meaning I was working on marketing for a while now, 8 years or something like that, when I finally took the decision to actually to move into a different area. I was not actually aware of which area I needed fully to go. I took a look into Gartner Magic Quadrant, okay, and then I took a decision of actually, a rambling decision of actually taking a look into the CRM. That's where I saw Salesforce, okay, Salesforce. And that was actually completely changed my life, okay. I'm gonna give you the example. So I actually run for a company that was on one of the best companies that I work for, Canon Europe, and I run almost by mistake, okay. So I was an accidental admin working on Salesforce, okay. But at the time, there was a combination of things that actually allow me to go towards that area. Okay, so you need to listen to the universe, between brackets. So you need to listen to the waves that are coming, the opportunities that are coming, even if at first they are not very clear, but listen to me and believe me, if you do listen to the universe, to the things, the opportunities that are out there, and if you are able to ride those waves, most likely going to be more successful. So fast track, I'm now working a few years after, so this was roughly 2012, so 2022 now. I'm actually working as an associate director on a consulting company globally, and meaning from a professional perspective, I do feel that I actually achieved success. Okay, moving forward, from a personal perspective, what is it that I believe that you need to take a look at? Actually, and before I do move into that, so I'll give you my advice also from a professional perspective. What is it that you should be looking at? Go and, as I mentioned, go and check things that are not so appealing to others, but actually have high demand. So take a look at things around tech, sustainability, data science, cybersecurity, AI, health, food, energy. I think those are the points that are going to be continue to rock for several years now, and I think that those are the areas that actually have a lot of demand. And if you don't know how to work on it, you don't understand, no worries. You just need to learn. Okay, the internet is out there. You just need to put your helmet of a growth mindset and just learn. Okay, this is all about willing, and if you have the will, you can go quite far. Okay, moving forward then, looking into the personal side of things. Okay, so my life advice. Okay, I would say that it took me roughly 10 to 15 years of pain, I would say, to figure this out. Okay, so what is it that I mean by this? Okay, have your priorities in place. Okay, family comes first. Okay, in my perspective, I'm trying actually to become financially independent as much as I can, meaning owing money to the banks and things like that. It's not for me at all. Okay, focus on high demand work. Okay, that is crucial, because if you have the high demand work, then you are more free. Okay, and being free is fundamental, because you're always going to be happier because you have the power of choice. Okay, another advice that I would say, that I would give: don't be guided by money or fear. Okay, those are really poor advisors. They are not good advisors at all. Focus on your superpowers. Okay, completely ignore those that say to you that you need to improve on your weaker point and things like that. Just ignore that. Just focus on your superpowers. Okay, that is the fundamental things. Don't forget your happiness. It's a mindset. Meaning, don't forget to have a meaning in life. Try to be as healthy as you can. Okay, that at least is what I'm trying to do on my end. Okay, and then I would say that listen to others. Okay, it's important for you to actually to listen to others in order to actually to avoid going into the same pitfalls. Okay, then last but not least, never ever accept someone that says to you that that is not possible. Okay, meaning people said to me and to my partner, it's not possible to go from one country to the other when you have children, and we prove them wrong. Okay, so we are around now 5 countries. Okay, 5 moves with children in between. Okay, it's possible. You are your own barrier. Okay, so if that allows for you to evolve professionally and from a personal perspective, don't allow for anyone to stop you. Okay, with that said, I would say that to close, more recently, I would say, outside of the professional waves, okay, I would say that you should not put yourself into a path that may not work. Okay, the universe is there. Listen to it. Okay, those are the professional waves, being that AI, being that I don't know, cybersecurity, being that sustainability. Man, we don't have a planet B, so things are there. Okay, just go for it. Be smart on the time that you allocate to the study. Focus always on return. That's what I do. Okay, I never go and study something if I don't have any kind of return from that. Okay, never. Being that financially, or being that actually allows me to evolve as a person. Okay, so that for me is fundamental. Then, where do I stand right now? Okay, I have to say that I feel happier, healthier. I do have a meaning and a purpose, so this is why I'm having this YouTube channel and sharing my YouTube knowledge, let's say, around this, around, I don't know, living abroad, Martech and sales tech, consulting, digital transformation, all those interesting points, I would say. But fundamentally speaking, I would say do what you love what you do. I try to spend my time and I try to prioritize myself, my family, and friends. Okay, with that said, to close this up, I would say that if you want to go and check how is it that you can evolve as a person as well, check this meaning video around how to move from 0 to unemployed, the tool on happiness. Okay, this is a bit my story around career story that actually showcase how is it that I was able to evolve into a much nicer place, let's say. With that said, just give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and join me on this journey. And please do subscribe, do reach out to me if you have any questions around this. Okay, that's it. Okay, guys, take care. Cheers. Bye. Bye-bye.